I woke up at 2:47 a.m. to use the bathroom. The house was dark, quiet, normal, except for the soft glow coming from under the guest room door, the room my wife had been sleeping in for the last 3 months. "Your snoring is killing me," she'd said. "I need sleep, Tom. I can't function." So I'd agreed, bought her a new mattress, set up the guest room like a hotel suite. Whatever makes you happy, babe. But standing in that dark hallway at 2:47 a.m., I heard something that made my blood run cold. Her voice, low, intimate, laughing. "I know, I miss you too. He's asleep, we're fine." I stood there frozen, hand on the bathroom door, listening to my wife of 8 years whisper to someone who wasn't me. The next morning, she came down for breakfast like nothing happened. "Sleep okay?" she asked, pouring coffee. "Yeah," I lied. "You?" "Best sleep in months," she said, smiling. That's when I knew. The snoring wasn't the problem. I was. If you want to know what I found on the nanny cam I installed in that guest room, hit subscribe, because what I saw at 3 a.m. 3 nights later didn't just end my marriage, it exposed something I never saw coming. My name is Tom Whitmore. I'm 38 years old and I live in a quiet suburb outside Phoenix, Arizona. For the last 8 years, I've been married to Claire. We have 2 kids, Emma, 6, and Jake, 4. On paper, we're the American dream. 4-bedroom house with a pool, 2 cars in the driveway, family photos on the mantle. I work in IT security for a healthcare company. Good job, steady income, benefits that cover the whole family. Claire stays home with the kids, volunteers at Emma's school, runs the PTA bake sales. To anyone looking in, we're solid. But 3 months ago, something shifted. It started with the snoring. "Tom, you're keeping me up," Claire said one night, shaking my shoulder at 2 a.m. "I can't sleep like this." I mumbled an apology and rolled over. The next morning, she brought it up again. "I'm serious. Your snoring is getting worse. I'm exhausted." "I'll make a doctor's appointment," I said. "That'll take weeks. I need sleep now." She suggested separate rooms, just temporarily until you get it figured out. I didn't love the idea, but I understood. I'd been told I snored before. If it was affecting her sleep, I'd fix it. So she moved into the guest room. At first, it seemed fine. She'd kiss me goodnight, grab her phone and a book, and head down the hall. "Sleep tight," I'd say. "You too." I told myself it was temporary. A few weeks, maybe a month. But weeks turned into months, and the distance wasn't just physical. She stopped touching me, stopped initiating conversations, stopped looking at me the way she used to. When I'd reach for her hand, she'd pull away. "Not now, Tom, I'm tired." When I'd suggest a date night, she'd say, "Maybe next week." Next week never came. I tried everything. I went to the doctor, got a sleep study. They said I had mild sleep apnea and prescribed a CPAP machine. I wore that ridiculous mask every night, breathing like Darth Vader, thinking it would fix things. "Is it helping?" I asked Claire after the first week. "I don't know," she said. "I'm still in the guest room." "But I'm using the machine. You could come back." She hesitated. "Let's give it a little more time. I'm finally sleeping well. I don't want to mess that up." Something in her tone felt off, but I didn't push. I should have. The kids noticed. "Why doesn't Mommy sleep in your room anymore?" Emma asked one morning over cereal. "She's just sleeping better in the guest room," I said, trying to sound casual. "Is she mad at you?" "No, honey. Sometimes grown-ups just need space." Emma frowned. "That's weird." "Yeah, kid, it was." Then came the night I heard her voice, 2:47 a.m. I got up to use the bathroom. The house was dark, except for the thin strip of light under the guest room door. I heard her laugh, soft, intimate. Then her voice, barely above a whisper. "I know. I miss you too. He's asleep. We're fine." My hand froze on the bathroom doorknob.
Who the hell was she talking to at 2:47 in the morning? I stood there in the dark hallway, heart pounding, listening. I can't wait either. Just a few more weeks. I love you too. I love you too. Those 3 words hit me like a freight train. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying what I'd heard. Maybe it was innocent. Maybe it was a friend, a family member. But who says I love you too to a friend at 2:47 a.m.? The next morning, Claire came down for breakfast like nothing happened. "Sleep okay?" she asked, pouring coffee. "Yeah," I lied. "You?" "Best sleep in months." She smiled, that same smile I'd fallen in love with 10 years ago, except now it felt like a mask. I wanted to confront her, demand to know who she was talking to, but something stopped me. If I accused her without proof, she'd deny it, gaslight me, make me feel crazy. I needed evidence. So I did what any IT security professional would do. I went shopping. The Nanny cam was small, disguised as a digital clock, motion activated, night vision, live feed to my phone. I set it up on the dresser in the guest room while Claire was out with the kids. Just rearranging some things, I'd say, if she asked. She didn't ask. That night, I kissed her goodnight like always. "Sleep well," I said. "You too." She closed the door. I went to my room, opened the app on my phone, and waited. At 11:47 p.m., the motion sensor activated. I watched the screen as Claire sat up in bed, grabbed her phone, and started typing. She smiled, laughed silently at something on the screen. Then she made a call. I couldn't hear the audio through the app. I had set it to record only to avoid any legal issues, but I could see her face, the way she lit up, the way she tucked her hair behind her ear, the way she bit her lip. I'd seen that look before. When we were dating, when we were in love. She was giving that look to someone else.
The call lasted 43 minutes. When she finally hung up, she lay back on the bed, staring at the ceiling with a smile I hadn't seen in months. Then she rolled over and went to sleep. I sat in my room, phone in my hand, feeling like the floor had just dropped out from under me. The next night, I watched again. This time, the call came at 1:23 a.m. Same pattern, same smile, same intimate body language. On the third night, I decided to record the audio. I know it's legally gray, but I didn't care. I needed to know. At 2:15 a.m., the call came through. I put in my earbuds and listened. "Hey you," Claire's voice, soft and warm. A man's voice responded, "Hey beautiful, miss me?" "Always." My stomach turned. "How much longer do we have to wait?" he asked. "Not long. I'm working on it. He's clueless." He laughed. Poor guy. "Don't," Claire said, but she was smiling. "I almost feel bad." "Almost?" "He's a good dad, but we haven't been happy in years. This is just making it official." "You're doing the right thing," the man said. "You deserve to be happy." "I know, and I will be, with you." "I love you, Claire. I love you too." I ripped the earbuds out, sat there in the dark, shaking. 8 years of marriage, 2 kids, a life we'd built together, and she was planning to leave me for some guy she'd been sneaking around with, while sleeping in my house, under my roof, using snoring as an excuse to create space for her affair. I didn't sleep that night. I sat at my desk, laptop open, and started digging. Phone records, credit card statements, social media. If she was having an affair, there'd be a trail, and I was going to find it. It didn't take long. Claire's phone was on our family plan. I had access to the account. I pulled up the call logs. One number appeared over and over. Late nights, early mornings, dozens of calls, some lasting over an hour.
I reverse searched the number. It belonged to a man named Derek Hastings. I didn't recognize the name, so I searched him on Facebook. And there he was. Derek Hastings, 42 years old, divorced, works in real estate. And in his profile photo, he was standing next to Claire at what looked like a charity event. Her hand on his arm, both of them smiling. The photo was dated 6 months ago. 6 months! This had been going on for 6 months. I scrolled through his page, found more photos. Claire at a restaurant I'd never been to. Claire at a hiking trail we'd never visited together. Claire laughing, glowing, happy. With him. I wanted to smash my laptop, scream, break something. But I didn't. Instead, I took screenshots, saved everything, built a file. Because if this was going to end, it was going to end on my terms. The next morning, Claire came down for breakfast. "Morning," she said, pouring coffee. "Morning." She kissed the top of my head, like a reflex, like we were still a normal couple. "I'm taking the kids to the park today. You working from home?" "Yeah." "Okay, we'll be back around 3.
She grabbed her purse and keys, called the kids, and just before she walked out the door, she turned back. "Love you," she said. It was automatic, meaningless. "Love you too," I said, and I hated how easily the lie came out. The moment they left, I called my lawyer. His name was Richard. We'd worked together on some corporate contracts a few years back. "Tom," he said when he picked up, "what's going on?" "I need a divorce attorney." Silence. "Are you sure?" "Positive." "Okay, come in tomorrow. Bring everything you have." I hung up and stared at the file on my laptop. Phone records, photos, audio recordings, everything I needed to prove she'd been cheating. But then I had another thought. If I just filed for divorce, she'd know I knew. She'd lawyer up, get defensive, drag this out. I needed leverage. I needed her to think she was still in control. So I came up with a plan. That night, I acted normal. Dinner with the kids, baths, bedtime stories. Claire kissed them goodnight and headed to the guest room. "Night, Tom." "Night." I waited until midnight. Then I opened the app and watched. At 12:47 a.m., her phone lit up. She answered, smiled. I let the recording run. The next morning, I made breakfast. Pancakes, bacon, fresh coffee. Claire came down surprised. "What's all this?" "Just felt like doing something nice," I said. She smiled. "That's sweet." We ate together. The kids chattered about school. Claire laughed at something Emma said. It felt almost normal, except I knew the truth. And she had no idea I did. Over the next week, I played the perfect husband. I cooked, I cleaned, I took the kids to school. I even suggested a date night. "Really?" Claire looked surprised. "Yeah, we haven't done that in a while." She hesitated. "Okay, sure." We went to her favorite restaurant. I ordered wine. We talked. She told me about the PTA drama. I told her about work. And the whole time, I watched her, the way she checked her phone under the table, the way she smiled at a text she thought I didn't see, the way she was already gone, even though she was sitting right across from me. On the drive home, she reached over and squeezed my hand. "This was nice," she said. "Yeah, we should do it more often." We should. But we both knew we wouldn't, because in 2 weeks, I was going to blow her world apart. I met with Richard 3 times. We went over everything. The recordings, the photos, the phone logs. "This is solid," he said. "She won't have a leg to stand on." "What about custody?" "With evidence of infidelity and her prioritizing the affair over the family, you'll have a strong case." "I want primary custody. The kids stay with me." Richard nodded. "We'll make it happen." But I didn't just want custody. I wanted her to know what she'd done. I wanted her to see the consequences. So I came up with one final move. I invited Derek to the house. I found his real estate business email and sent a message. "Hi, Derek. I'm looking to sell my home in the next few months. A mutual friend recommended you.
"Would you be available for a consultation this Saturday at 10 a.m.? He responded within an hour. "Absolutely, I'd be happy to help. See you Saturday."
Perfect. Saturday morning, I told Claire I had a work call and would be in my office. "No problem," she said. "I'll take the kids to my mom's." "Actually," I said, "can you stick around? I might need your input on something." She frowned. "What?" "Just trust me." She looked suspicious, but agreed. At 10 a.m., the doorbell rang. I opened it. Derek stood there, all smiles, hand extended. "Tom, Derek Hastings, great to meet you." "Come in," I said. He stepped inside, and that's when Claire walked into the living room. The color drained from her face. Derek froze. "Claire?" he said. She looked at me, then at him, then back at me. "Tom, what is this?" I closed the door, locked it. "This," I said calmly, "is the mutual friend I mentioned." Derek's smile vanished. "I don't understand." "Really?" I pulled out my phone, opened the video app, and I played the recording from 3 nights ago. Claire's voice filled the room. "I love you too. Just a few more weeks. He's clueless." Derek's face went white. Claire's hands started shaking. "Tom, sit down," I said. They both sat. I stood in front of them, phone in hand, and felt a strange calm settle over me. "I know everything," I said. "The calls, the texts, the photos. 6 months of lying to my face while you planned your exit." Claire's eyes filled with tears. "Tom, please, I'm not done." I turned to Derek. "Did you know she was married?" He swallowed. Yes." "Did you know she has 2 kids?" He didn't answer. "Thought so." I looked at Claire. "You used my snoring as an excuse to move into the guest room so you could talk to him every night. You smiled at me, kissed me, pretended everything was fine." "I was going to tell you." "When?" I snapped. "After you'd already moved out? After you'd already filed?" She didn't answer. I pulled out a folder, set it on the coffee table. "These are divorce papers. I'm filing on grounds of adultery. I'm asking for primary custody of Emma and Jake." Claire's face crumpled. "Tom, no. I'm not done." I turned to Derek. "You're welcome to her, but know this, she'll do to you what she did to me." He stood up. "I should go." "Yeah, you should." He left without another word. Claire sat there, sobbing. "Tom, please, we can fix this." "No," I said, "we can't." "The kids will be fine, with me." "You can't take them from me." "I'm not taking them. You gave them up the moment you chose him over us." She reached for me. I stepped back. "Sign the papers, Claire, or I'll make this a lot uglier than it needs to be." She signed. 2 weeks later, she moved out. I got primary custody. She got every other weekend. The house, the kids, the life we'd built, it was mine. 6 months later, I was putting the kids to bed when Emma asked, "Daddy, is Mommy coming back?" "She'll visit," I said, "but she lives somewhere else now." "Because of the snoring?" I smiled sadly. "No, baby, not because of the snoring." "Then why?" "Because sometimes people make bad choices, and those choices have consequences." She thought about that. "Do you still love her?" I tucked the blanket around her. "I love who she used to be, but that person's gone." "I miss her," Emma whispered. "I know, sweetheart. Me too." I don't miss Claire. I miss the idea of her, the life I thought we had. But I don't miss the lies, the late-night calls, the fake smiles. I rebuilt, slowly. Therapy for me, therapy for the kids, new routines, new memories. And one day, I met someone new. Her name was Rachel, a teacher, kind, honest. She didn't mind my snoring. If this story hit home, comment, "I rebuilt." If you've ever been lied to, if you've ever trusted someone who didn't deserve it, if you've ever had to start over, this one's for you. Hit subscribe for more stories about finding the truth when everyone else is hiding it.
Because the worst betrayal isn't the affair. It's the smile they give you right before they stab you in the back.